Alright, so I just got done with a war at Portillos. Yeah, Portillos. One of those things like, I've never said it Portillos, but it's definitely wrong to say it Portillos. And then it just becomes fun to like think about it as if that were the way, and then make jokes about how it's definitely not. But anyways, went and tried to get food there, but a bunch of police had pulled somebody over and they were like doing some kind of a traffic stop of some sort, you know. If you ask me, whoever's been stopped, quote unquote, whatever vehicle's been stopped is maybe wasn't even doing anything, and they're just a cop or someone who, you know, they're like an informant or some shit. So like all they do is they have some type of criminal informant, you know, take time out of their day. They're like, hey, we're gonna pull you over. You're not actually gonna get a ticket, but we're gonna use you for like an hour or two. You just gotta meet us at this specific location, you know, and once you get onto this street near this intersection, you know, someone's gonna pull you over and you need to pull into this parking lot, you know what I mean? So whoever's getting pulled over has specific orders. They're either an informant or a cop themselves, or just like a firefighter or like a nurse. It could just be some fucking nurse. Like it literally could just be like one of their wives, or, you know, girlfriends that's like a nurse or some shit, or like whatever the fuck. She could just be like a dermatologist. It could be nothing, you know, like it could be next to nothing. But anyways, so before that, yesterday, the only meal I had for the day, fire truck showed up and they were going to eat there at the same time as me. I would have been inside ordering, but because I knew there's too many kids inside crying to be a normal occurrence, like, you know, in my eyes, every one of those kids inside there crying is one of these families that like partakes in targeting it. It's like, oh, so you take your kid out, you know, and just make them cry for fucking bullshit reasons just to piss everybody off. So as soon as I open the door, I hear kids crying. I'm like, oh, so they obviously put the kids here so that I wouldn't want to eat here, you know. I ended up meeting a fire truck. So, and then I could go on about story after story about every other time I try to get food this week, and you know, cops either show up, or a fire truck shows up, or an ambulance shows up, does sirens, you know, and like tries to either eat with me or like be in the same parking lot and like stare at me, you know, or some shit. Like, so all that happened. I'm at this Portillos. It's so funny, like trying to just make sure, like on the quick in front of people who's saying it right. They're like, a cop's gonna go by right now. No, it's just a cop bike. But yeah, the place was jam-packed for lunch, whatever. But, you know, no matter where I sit, people were sitting on top of me. And then once the place emptied out, people automatically went into the opposite of magnetizing towards me. They all turned into spreading out as evenly as possible, which is what you would expect people to do, even when there's a lot of people. Like, you expect them to spread out. But yeah, so people were, yeah, they went into opposite mode. They're all sitting in every potential possible area. Once the porch cleared out, I was on the porch as it cleared out. As I grabbed my bag to switch from the inside to the porch, some random, you know, bum character just came onto the patio and was going to just sit there and not order food at all. Like, they didn't go inside and order food. They just went straight to the patio to occupy the patio now that it was going to be empty. Once the two people eating left, this person instantly showed up as I was trying to move in on the patio to actually eat my food that I ordered and paid for from that place. So, and so I had to avoid him. I was like, fine, the whole patio's fucking yours. I'll go back in and do whatever I gotta do, because it's empty inside now, since I've expressed interest outside, you know. And I ended up going back inside, eating whatever, and then I came back out to this to this bus stop over here that should be in the sun, and it's not even a bus stop. It's a bus stop they put in preemptively. There's no route that uses it, so buses don't even drive by it. So you don't even have to like sit there and be like, hey, bus driver, don't pick me up. No buses even drive by it. And this goes for any spot that looks like it would be good for a bum to hold down for like more than 5 minutes. I say that if you're driving by and it looks like a good bum spot and it's like all littered with garbage and like looks completely fucked up, like you're like, oh man, like whoever was staying there just is a piece of shit. And it's like, no, whoever's staying there actually needs that fucking spot to work. It's targeting and shit that comes by and trashes it so that whoever needs it can't use it or has to go somewhere else or has to clean or like they have to do something else.